Warning, this video touches on some heavy and sensitive topics. Viewer discretion advised. A question I had for the Seattle Chinatown locals, do you feel safe here?
Where we live,
Yeah.
we hear gunshots, and then we come here and we hear gunshots.
There's areas of Seattle where it was always a little bit crazy. I didn't think it was ever like this.
Not everybody gets stabbed, not everybody gets shot, right? That happens like once every month.
Oh, a lot of our elders are here, and it's like they should feel safe too, you know? They don't feel safe walking around, and it's like they're largely defenseless. I want to take my kids down here for like Chinese New Year's. Kind of think about it, you're like, all right, like what time is it? Can we sneak in and sneak out?
The statistics and the probability of getting stabbed is never gonna be zero. It's never gonna be zero.
Seattle Chinatown. You might get stabbed, you might not. Seattle, baby.
Seattle, the real Emerald City. A city known for the Space Needle, fish markets, and of course, cream cheese and hot dogs. A place where the Seattleites are passionate, loud, and opinionated. But this video is about Chinatown, Seattle's Chinatown International District. Every new place I visit, I always make an effort to check out the Chinatown. So when I asked people on social media what restaurants were good, I got a lot of people giving great recs, but they all said the same thing. It's sketchy. Don't walk around alone at night. Be careful. So I did more digging and Reddit said the same thing. And doing more research, I found that in 2023, Seattle's Chinatown was on the list of the 11 most endangered historical areas in the US. I've been to LA's empty Chinatown, but the energy was completely different in Seattle. So what's the reasoning? Bad food? Gentrification? Crime? Or could it be something else? The best way for me to find out is through food and to meet some of the locals. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and remember to press the bell so you get a notification every time I release a new video. We start at Saigon Deli. Renowned for their banh mi sandwiches and a plethora of Vietnamese comfort foods, snacks, and drinks. A restaurant in the Little Saigon part of the CID. Seattle's Chinatown is actually called the Chinatown International District because it's made up of 3 different neighborhoods: Chinatown, Japantown, and Little Saigon, with a sprinkle of Filipino residents, businesses, and history too. After securing the bag of a delicious Vietnamese sandwich, I walked over to the center of Chinatown to find somewhere to sit because there's no seating inside Saigon Deli. But before doing so, I walked by the Japantown, which out of the 3 neighborhoods is the smallest, but it's rich in history. There lies the Panama Hotel, now run as a cafe, but during the Second World War, the building was used to store luggage of Japanese people sent to internment camps, because each person was only allowed 1 suitcase to bring. Japantown is also home to some legendary businesses. Maneki is Seattle's oldest Japanese restaurant, dating back to 1904, and I heard Ichiro actually used to eat here when he played for the Mariners. After the quick history lesson, I walked to Hinghei Park to find somewhere to sit and eat. You know what? I've always said to myself, I would love to eat a banh mi on a ping pong table in the middle of a park, but that dream's so far-fetched. That would never happen.
Eating on a ping pong table in the middle of Chinatown because there's no seats and tables, really.
Damn, my dream came true.
I'm feeling good.
Manifest your dreams, kids.
Gotta start off with Seattle's #1 Vietnamese restaurant and banh mi shop. Anytime I'm far away from home, I have to find something that reminds me of home for a little bit of comfort, right? And you would think, oh, Chinese food. Or Evan, just bring your blankie. But nah, I left the blankie at home. What brought me that sense of home here? Saigon Deli. Why Saigon Deli, you may ask? Well, I did the Ancestry.com thing. I'm like 3% Vietnamese. My dad even owned a Vietnamese restaurant back in the day. So I've had my fair share of Vietnamese food, fair share of banh mi's. So I think I know what a good banh mi is, especially back home. The best banh mi in the world, Ballet in Dorchester, Mass. Saigon Deli reminds me of Ballet back home. It's like a market on the inside. They sell pre-packaged, pre-made foods. You got all the Viet aunties in the back cooking up that good stuff, making sure your banh mi's on point, fast service.
So what's in a banh mi sandwich? A crispy, flaky baguette filled with pickled vegetables like daikon, carrots, and you got jalapenos, cucumbers, cilantro, and a pate mayo spread with, of course, your choice of meat. I always go with the grilled pork.
According to the worker who's worked there for 20 years, food that she's never been sick of. After like 2 months for me, I'd get sick of food, but that goes to show how good the food must be if she could eat this banh mi sandwich for 20 years. And the sandwich itself, I want to say, is on par with ballet. With the grilled pork, you get the char flavor, and you get the mayonnaise, the sweetness combined with the pickled vegetables, add some acidity to it, the cucumber. It's just the perfect sandwich. And $6.25. I saw back in the day it used to be $5. $6.25 is still very good for this sandwich. Also because most sandwiches nowadays are over $10. One thing's for certain that everyone can agree on. Sandwiches cannot be above $10. Society has gone down when we just decided to accept that. $6.25 for the best sandwich in the world, a banh mi sandwich, that's more like it. Now you're speaking my language.
I want to add that the sandwich was so good, I went back to get another one to bring back to the hotel room. Across the street from the ping pong tables where I was eating was actually Fuji Bakery, a Japanese French-inspired bakery where I got my latte.
Because I love you guys, a latte. Everyone around me is laughing. You don't hear it, but everyone around me in the park is laughing.
But also picked up some local favorites. Known for their malasadas, they fill these Portuguese donuts with all types of fillings from matcha to ube to azuki to crunchy cream. But I'm a simple man, I just got the strawberry malasada. One bite of this took me back to Hawaii.
Looks like a donut filled with Pepto-Bismol, which is probably what I'm gonna need at the end of this day.
And I asked the cashier for her favorite thing on the menu. She said with no hesitation, the hot dog bread. Now it comes with sliced hot dogs on top of sweet bread, topped off with scallions, cheese, ketchup, and mayo. She went more in depth about it, but I was already sold when she said hot dog, to be honest.
He that up.
Definitely overloading on the carbs, because I know this is gonna be a big day of walking around Seattle Chinatown, eating different foods. So I got a carb load, you know, give me that energy. I'm charged up. Let's continue the food tour.
While that was a good start so far, it doesn't really explain why people tell me to be careful in the CID, nor does it explain why it's considered endangered. The food has been delicious, and the people are really friendly. If tasty banh mi's and artisanal pastries led to a community's demise, we're all there has to be more to it. To do more research, as one normally does when investigating, I go to the local dim sum spot. I was told 2 Hong Kong restaurants were must-stops in Seattle, Hong Kong Bistro and A+ Hong Kong Kitchen. But time is of the essence, and I only had room for one, so I went with Hong Kong Bistro because they had dim sum.
I was only gonna go to one of the 2 places, either A+ or Hong Kong Bistro. I chose this place, so I guess we'll have to wait for A+ another time.
Like I said, time is crucial, so I definitely didn't go to A+ Hong Kong Kitchen at a later time. I definitely didn't order the baked pork chop rice with tomato sauce, and for sure didn't order the steamed rice rolls with peanut sauce. And obviously that means I 100% did not order a mango smoothie with tapioca to wash everything down.
Idea, Seattle style dim sum. All the classic dim sum dishes with cream cheese and onions on it. As you can see, I switched out my shirt because I got grease stains on the Seattle Sonics jersey already. This jersey did not last me that long.
Because a Seattle local told me and raved about this place, I had to order what she recommended. Of course, the classics hagao and siumai.
These are big ass siumai. One of the bigger siumais I've seen. It's got a lot of shrimp and pork. You can't one bite this. You can't just swallow it.
Hey, yo.
Oh man, they're hot. Oh. A lot of people who do food videos, they wait until the food cools down because they're getting all the B-roll shots. I just dug right in. Piping hot, steamy, fresh. The shrimp really bouncy. There's a good amount of shrimp in here. Kind of reminds me of the siumai and the shrimp I had in Toronto, which is some of the best me and my family's ever had. Let's get into the hagao. These also look pretty big, not sticking to each other. The Seattle people in my DMs weren't lying. This is actually really good dim sum.
We also got the fried turnip cakes with XO sauce.
I love lobako. Turnip cakes with the XO sauce is definitely more flavorful. It's like spicy, crispy exterior, soft interior, really flavorful and spicy. Low-key better than the regular lobako.
Next on the menu, the Hong Kong French toast with peanut butter.
Tastes like grandma used to make.
And finally, we ordered the rice rolls.
You just run out of the rice roll.
Yeah.
Damn, they ran out?
I know dim sum places, they keep it in the back. Came all this way for dim sum and they ran out of rice rolls. Damn.
Is that why Seattle's Chinatown is endangered? A rice roll shortage?
Got my dim sum fix. I think the only thing now is to go to Seattle's oldest Chinese restaurant and Bruce Lee's favorite restaurant from back in the day. Don't tell Chinese grandpa though.
In your prime, and say Bruce Lee was younger in his prime, who would win in a fight?
If I say something true, the whole world people come and try to fight me, say I'm lying. But I have my own pride, okay? I kick his ass, but I respect them.
Before I eat more at Bruce Lee's favorite restaurant, I had to walk around, man. There's only so much food one can take, and it gives me more time to see if I can see why Seattle's CID is endangered. While wandering around and trying to work off my breakfast, I just so happened to bump into Nick, a supporter of the channel and a Seattle native, born and raised.
He just saw me on the street. I thought he was about to jump me, but
It's like that in Seattle.
yeah, I was like in this alleyway and I heard a yo. I was like, oh, someone's about to jump me right now. No, he was actually DMing me, telling me about places in Chinatown to go eat.
Like I grew up in Seattle, like my parents, their office was downtown, so like I grew up like running around downtown, hit up a lot of these spots around here. It's always been pretty good.
So I had to ask him, what's going on in Seattle's Chinatown?
Like when you came to town, one of the first things I told you was like, hey man, just be careful when you're walking around like this area, you know, especially at night. Don't go downtown unless you're in a group. It kind of sucks, you know, because it's like, it shouldn't be like that. Everyone should feel safe.
What Nick is talking about is the rise of homelessness and open drug use in Seattle, and not just Chinatown. As of 2024, the amount of homeless people in Seattle and Kings County rose to 16,868 people, which ranks 4th in America. In the CID, the homeless are more concentrated in Little Saigon, where I started this food tour.
That up there, if you go up to like Little Saigon, there's like an open air drug market, and like people are selling all the stuff they steal, like bottles of booze, cigarettes. You see it all the time, and you just wish that it would get cleaned up. Some days it'll just be filled with like encampments and like tents and stuff. You know, it's like you feel bad for like these people that really need help. When the crime hits and everything else, it's just hard. When you see kind of like the situation of like what's going on with like some of the encampments around here and stuff like that, it's like, is it humane to like let people live in like these conditions? No. Is it fair to us too to like have to like always be watching our backs? Is it fair for like all of these like small businesses and restaurants to like be concerned about like their livelihood? We got to take care of each other, and we got to take care of like the small businesses. You know, like it's a dying breed, and I wish we could do better.
So just how did we get here? Basically due to a bunch of failed attempts to fix the city's drug and homeless problem, including a page right out of the HBO show The Wire. The government actually set up a place in Little Saigon where they made it legal to do drugs in a confined space, a Amsterdam, so to speak. In fact, open drug consumption is only a misdemeanor in Seattle, with over half of the cases being dismissed. With the relaxed drug laws, the problems facing the community aren't getting any better. Street crimes, drug use, theft, sales of stolen goods, and EBT fraud has left Little Saigon filled with vacant buildings, tenants moving to other locations, or ultimately shutting down.
But like there's a really good restaurant I used to love. They moved completely out of the ID, and they moved down south, Japantown. They moved out of there. I talked to one of the guys, him and his family own it, and they're like, yeah, it's like we like it much better down in Tequila just because it's like we don't have all that drama.
An outcome of all of this is an uneasy community for the locals, elders, and children.
A lot of our elders are here, and it's like they should feel safe too, you know? They don't feel safe in the bus. They don't feel safe walking around, and it's like, it's heavy. They're largely defenseless. I want to take my kids down here for like Chinese New Year's and to eat like awesome food and stuff and support like the businesses and the restaurants down here. Kind of think about it. You're like, all right, like what time is it? Can we sneak in and sneak out?
Does that kind of like hurt you, like deep down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's areas of Seattle where it was always a little bit crazy. I didn't think it was ever like this. I just hope like it gets better.
After my conversation with Nick, I went to meet another local at Seattle's oldest Chinese restaurant and Bruce Lee's favorite place to eat when he lived in Seattle, Tai Tung. If you walk by and miss it, it's the one with the big Bruce Lee and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar mural outside. There I met with Ryan, who arranged we sit in Bruce Lee's section of the restaurant. Wait, he sat in the same exact chair?
Bruce Lee really sat in this corner right here?
Yeah, in this area. I don't know exactly where he sat,
It
but
must have been the same seat.
that's the legend. I dare you to smell it.
While I enjoy sniffing retro furniture as much as the next person, we had to order some food. Of course, we had to order the Bruce Lee special, his comfort dish whenever he came here, the oyster sauce beef.
I feel like you gotta have it over the rice. I take a sniff. I see the vision why Bruce Lee liked it. That tastes like the 1950s. It's good though, like it's really homey. Anything over white rice with gravy, onions, beef. You can't go wrong with that.
It's comforting, you know? If I was out there kicking all day, I'd want the carbo load on some rice and some beef and oyster sauce.
I feel like putting on a yellow jumpsuit right now and just fighting 10 people.
We're Asian, that's our goat, right?
I would say that Jackie Chan was more my goat, you know? Or Yao Ming.
I can see that.
If you had to rank Seattle Asians, how would you do? Bruce Lee, Ichiro, Jay Park?
Gary Locke is the first Asian governor.
It goes Bruce Lee, Ichiro, Gary Locke.
Then from the recommendation from the staff, we got the fried chicken wings, super crispy, juicy, and flavorful.
And And that's crunchy.
There's something special about a Chinese restaurant wing. They hit a little different.
And we also got the highly recommended squid, Chinese style.
I think you'll be surprised. It's very tender, actually.
It's like ginger scallion.
Almost like the Chinese steamed fish style. Ginger scallion, soy sauce, kind of like when they put the hot oil.
It's a surprising hitter.
Now, to do as anybody would when they meet someone new, I ask Ryan what problems face the community. It does lighten the mood when you talk about serious topics, when you have crispy fried chicken and legendary dishes that your favorite kung fu actors enjoyed. So Ryan, what exactly is going on in Seattle's Chinatown?
Like the elders, that they might get displaced. Some of these buildings, they need earthquake retrofitting, so they're kind of using that like, hey, if you're not gonna do the retrofit, like we might have to like take these buildings over or condemn them, and so that's been an ongoing battle. You know, you have developers coming in here and they're eyeing it like, hey, we're next to the stadium, we're next to downtown, prime real estate.
Do you see it more endangered because of gentrification, or is it more endangered because of the crime and the homelessness?
I think it's a combination of both. It's a multitude of things.
So I was talking to another subscriber who I bumped into from Seattle. His name's Nick. He says that the elders feel unsafe. Do you think that's an issue?
That's absolutely an issue, and it's always been going on, and it's not only our Chinatown, many different Chinatowns, because
I feel like, though, it's more prevalent here. I've been to other major Chinatowns, and none of them has been kind of like this.
open air drug use.
There's got to be some sort of solution where you help the homeless out, but you also help out the community. Like, I don't have the answer. Do you have an idea of how to do that?
It's a super complicated problem, and then you have to work through the bureaucracy of the government. Another solution was, oh, we want to do tiny homes, but we know how that ends up. And they were going to open like a shelter nearby. Community had to come together and say, hey, you know, you can't just keep pushing them towards us. And yes, there has to be a solution, but why does it always have to be a burden on the people of Chinatown? Why can't some other parts of the city take some of that responsibility and burden and share the weight? We want to help the homeless, but Chinatown's not the only solution. Maybe it's because a lot of the residents here, English isn't their first language, or maybe they don't vote, you know, and I think that has to do with it.
What does the CID area mean to you?
I come out here every week and I go to different restaurants here, and people, they know who I am, I know who they are, and there's not a lot of places or neighborhoods you can do that.
No, I mean, like when you hit me up, when you saw that I was in Seattle, you were very passionate about telling me what's the good places to eat in the area.
I'm excited about Chinatown and what it has to offer, and I want to share that with you and anyone else that comes to Seattle.
That's real love, showing people your favorite spots. You know, I gatekeep, so I don't do that. But everybody out there, be like Ryan, don't be like me.
So since Ryan loves showing people around Seattle's Chinatown, he had to take me to a Seattle CID staple, Mike's Noodle House. There, we met up with one of Ryan's friends, Twin. Twin just so happens to be the executive director of the Chinatown International District Business Improvement Area. The organization coordinates sanitation, public safety, events, and general advocacy for the neighborhood's needs. Twin's passion for the community doesn't even stop there. She was also one of the founders of the annual CID Block Party, where Asian culture, arts, and music is celebrated every year. That's a lot of work. So naturally, of course, Twin's also hungover.
I'm gonna go for the congee because I'm a little hungover.
Are you?
Yeah? Where'd you go last night?
Went to 4 and Joe's bar.
Joe's is the one that said everyone ends up there at the end.
Yes.
On a
They also
two-
call it
on a Monday?
Stabby Joe's. Yes.
Stabby Joe's.
Like Grandma always says, nothing cures a hangover, sickness, depression, or anything really like a bowl of congee, or as we like to call it, joke. Added tender pieces of fish and some 1,000-year-old eggs, some crispy and greasy crullers on the side, and I don't care how sick you were before eating this, you're ready to run a marathon.
It's the perfect hangover food.
More so than pho?
Hell yeah.
And she's Vietnamese. So
I'm Vietnamese.
If I were to be hungover, that would be hitting. It hits now, and I'm not hungover.
The essence of life right there.
Being hungover?
No, congee.
Oh, yeah, my fault, yeah.
Also voted best congee in Seattle.
Mike's is known for their wontons, so we got a bowl of hot and steamy wonton noodle soup with sui gao, a pork and shrimp dumpling with an assortment of finely cut vegetables inside, aka happiness in a dumpling.
Really meaty and flavorful. I get my wonton acumen from my family, you know. It's a gene that gets passed down, you know. Some people have it, some people don't. I got the wonton gene.
Now you can never have too many soups, so we also got the beef brisket noodle soup, which according to Ryan, Mike's version is the best in the Pacific Northwest.
We just got a tornado of noodles.
No, it's the bridge to Terabithia. There was a time in my life where I only ate beef brisket noodle soups. I was depressed. Really tender and fatty.
Where's this taking you right now?
I got an F on a grade one time. I got fired from a job. job, but it tastes like heaven.
You can't have pleasure without the pain.
Wait, Mike's has a special for the day?
Special fish cake, mala fish ball.
Did he say mala fish balls?
I'm allergic to mala fish balls.
No, it's handmade fish ball. I can't see that far.
Oh, okay. I'm not allergic to handmade fish balls. Just mala fish balls.
It's not gonna numb your face out.
And it should be noted, Mike's is real old school, so yes, that means cash only. Rough day for the people who like to get credit card points from wonton soups.
I never have cash.
It's annoying if like cash only places where like, okay, I gotta go to ATM, find an ATM. But at the same time, those are the places that are usually the best.
Telltale sign that it hits. It's always super fast. It comes out fresh and hot.
It's really fast. And affordable too.
It's like a lunch spot, you know, when you need that noodle. Chinatown, cheap eats, and you get a lot of bang for your buck, and it's a classic noodle.
Now for somebody who's as tapped into the community as Twin, I gotta ask, why does it seem the government is pushing all the homeless people to the CID?
Back in 2016, 2017, when they put in a navigation center in Little Saigon without talking to the community. And the reason for that was there's homeless people here, there's people doing drugs here, they need help. This neighborhood actually has an overconcentration of shelters and social services. Then when COVID happened, in-person anything just stopped, which means that the homeless people, they didn't get any help. And so it just kind of got worse and worse and worse. So I think in their head, because they were trying to solve homelessness, they're like, we're just gonna put it where we think all the homeless people are. Putting everyone in one facility, imagine being in a dorm room with like no walls and you're like with 70 other people that are also like unstable. Like we just do not have the resources to absorb people who need so much care.
In 2023, it was named one of the
Top 11 most
endangered historical sites.
I know the person who submitted the application for that because the Sound Transit expansion, they were talking about where they're gonna put the next station because we don't want people to be so car dependent. If they put the station, say like on 5th Avenue where the gate is, they would pretty much have to destroy that whole building and like take over that parking lot for about 5 years, and that would destroy this neighborhood. Having that designation is really valuable because then we instantly are like, we have to like protect this neighborhood. Since like 2019, there are probably like 100 businesses that have left. How do we like make sure that these businesses are, one, feeling safe and supported so that they can do their business and thriving?
I think that's another thing is safety. A lot of elders in the area.
Yeah. Anti-Asian hate crime.
I have 2 grandparents that are still alive. When they walk around by themselves, I get scared for them.
Yeah.
Just to see like the amount of like drug use and the homelessness. Obviously, it's like a hard dynamic. I saw some old Vietnamese people in Little Saigon sell some homeless people some cigarettes and drugs.
Oh yeah. They're part of the problem too.
So I was like, I guess they can coexist.
There's a holistic approach, right? You have the enforcement piece, lack of police officers, but then the police officers are also like, what are they gonna do? They don't have enough evidence. Hiring more police officers, training them so that they're culturally competent, so they're just better.
Talking to a police officer yesterday, he was just like, I just asked him a question. He was just like, I don't know, go over there. I was like, all right, thanks for the help.
Yeah. Hiring police officers so that they have the capacity, and not just police officers, but detectives. There was like a huge drug bust like last week. It was one of the businesses.
Oh, they were a front?
Auto garage? Did you hear about that? Yeah, it was like a front. It's like one of these things where it's like, okay, it's your businesses, it's like the people who are encouraging it. So we have to hit it from like all different sides. And that's also above my pay grade. My job is to make sure that businesses and the property in the neighborhood feel some sense of safety. Not everybody gets stabbed, not everybody gets shot, right? That happens like once every month.
Oh.
I don't know. Once every couple of months, I don't know. The statistics and the probability of getting stabbed is never gonna be 0. It's never gonna be 0.
Seattle Chinatown, you might get stabbed, you might not.
Yeah, you gotta roll the dice, but you also can't live in fear all the time, right? Like we do love this neighborhood and we wanna see it thrive. We're positioned right next to downtown, right next to the stadium. We have access to like all this transit options. Like why aren't we thriving? We have all the keys right there, but like what is going on? And so we're just trying to get to that point where we're like accessing it and like taking advantage of the opportunity, because this is like a tech city. There's a lot of money to be made.
As I sit here eating my melange of delicious food from Mike's Noodle House, I can't help but feel overwhelmed by what seems to be this uphill battle this community faces. Where do we go from here? Sit idly by and just eat our wontons and pretend nothing is happening? Or does it simply begin with the foundation of every relationship, trust?
Crime has gotten down since COVID, but one big thing that we're not tracking right now now is like, do businesses and do residents and people who are here, do they trust the government? Do they trust these nonprofits? Because having that trust is really important to be able to move policy and get things done.
How many unreported crimes you think happen at the businesses or the elderly? Maybe they don't even know how to tell them in English that something happened to them, and they probably have given up, like, well, they're not going to do anything anyway. It's pointless to call them and be stuck, an hour trying to figure this out.
We have CID safety ambassadors that are patrolling the area from 2 to 10 p.m. every single day. They're not police officers, but they're able to be proactive. Every single business has their number. It's that basic thing of like, when you call somebody for help, somebody comes. And they don't have to solve it or fix it, but just to have somebody who's like responsive and can come when you need help is really important to rebuild that trust.
Where do you envision Chinatown in the next few years?
It's definitely not going to be more of the same. We're all trying. Nothing changes when nothing changes. I think World Cup is going to be a really big thing that like re-energizes the neighborhood.
I heard that they only clean up the city when there's big events. All-Star Game, Taylor Swift concert, and I guess World Cup.
I guess have more events. Have more parties, get everybody out.
Be good at sports,
Even though it feels like the government doesn't care about the area, it's pretty evident that the people do. An area rich in history, just what exactly does the Chinatown International District mean to the people?
I've been trying to figure out the unique aspect of Chinatown and what like draws people here.
Cheap food.
Cheap food. You look at like the restaurants and you look at the neighborhood, it existed because of like discrimination and like redlining, but despite the lack of opportunity because they weren't being hired, they created their own opportunity. They created businesses, they created like this community, and I think that's what draws me to this place. You make your own luck, right? You don't wait for somebody else to hand it to you or give you the opportunity. You go forth and you just do it.
Ryan was just like, I like coming here because I get drunk and I get to eat food.
Yeah, so that too.
Evan figured me out already. I didn't even tell him that, but he figured me out.
Okay, so I heard from the residents, but a major factor into all of this are the local businesses. Without them, there is no community. To see how the local mom and pop shops feel about where the CID stands, I head to Cow Cow, a mainstay in Seattle's Chinatown community. They're well renowned for their barbecue meat plates.
We go through about 120 pounds of char siu a day. Sweet, salty, and the umami kick to it.
But to those familiar, they're really known for their concave cutting board because of hundreds, if not thousands of meats that have been cut on this very board.
That used to be flat. 100, 200 pounds of meats that have been cut on that board every single day. There's so much chopping every single day. Dents the board, and
You know how like when people sit in a couch, like kind of create a indent like of your butt? That's this, but with Chinese barbecue meats.
it's been marinated with flavor.
I bet this board tastes good as hell, like if you just licked it.
I wouldn't have liked it.
And the one doing most of the cutting for the past 50 years, Hak Woo, aka Chin Beard Guy.
When I was a kid, I remember coming here to Cow Cow for their char siu, the barbecue pork. And everyone's always talking about how, when you see Chin Beard Guy, it's gonna be the best.
My dad's chin beard guy. It's kind of weird beard.
Hey. As a fellow Chinese guy trying to grow his own facial hair, I respect it.
When my dad first immigrated here, this was his first restaurant.
He's never left, and he still continues to come here every single day. Went from dishwasher, meat chopper to business owner, and this is the community spot.
But that's Randy and his wife Tanya. As you've heard, Randy is the son of Chin Beard Guy, and together with his father and his wife Tanya, bought Cow Cow from the previous owners in 2024. But they're not just some out-of-towners who saw this as a quick money grab. They all grew up in the area, and what resonated with me about them is they stand for the same things I stand for: family, preserving culture, and the community. And to this day, continue to fight for Chinatown.
This is one of the top 10 places that might go extinct because of failed policies, gentrification. If there was no businesses in this area, no restaurants, without that, there would be no Chinatown.
Okay, wait. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, it's always best to offset heavy subjects with pounds and pounds of Chinese barbecue meats. Of course, you have your soy sauce chickens and roast duck. My personal favorite, roast pig, also known as siu yuk, crispy skin combined with pure fatty goodness. They recommended I dip it in plum sauce mixed with hot mustard, and they're the experts, so who am I to deny this request? And their specialty, their barbecue pork, better known as char siu. Have it with some white rice and the infamous sauce to create the best rice you'll ever eat. Now we can talk shop. I gotta ask flat out, do Randy and Tanya as business owners and parents feel safe here?
That's a dumb question because we have to condition that. Where we live,
Yeah.
we hear gunshots, and then we come here and we hear gunshots.
Not all of Chinatown that's like drug infested, homeless. Just because what you see on one corner is not all of Chinatown. Kids need to be street smart.
It's not unsafe, it's just that we have failed a huge group of people who find community here, who need help and who need resources. It's up to the community, city, state to help folks. So in a way, it's not a sense of unsafety, it's a sense of we have failed people.
The reason Tanya knows so much about the subjects at hand is she's a former Seattle City Council member. I know I've seen her name somewhere before.
We have the highest concentration of shelter and shelter services here in the Chinatown International District. It feels like they kind of pushed everything onto our shoulders in a way without giving us the resources to help people. That kind of resulted in what we're seeing at 12th and Jackson and Little Saigon. You know, you walk by Little Saigon and you see fences, boards on windows. I mean, this is not the community we grew up with. Chinatown International District didn't look like this 5-7 years ago. That area was a thriving shopping area. There were people coming from all over the city, all over the county to shop. Today, it's very different. But I think we are fighting to get back to how it used to be 5-7 years ago. It's going to take us some time.
When you guys were kids, it was completely different.
It was completely different.
I remember coming here when I was a kid. Me and my dad, we used to go across the Taitung and I would get their hongbao. After we go to hongbao, we go walk around the Chinatown. And it was safe and we would go to Waijimaya, but it was like a weekly thing during the summer for me.
If you came here pre-pandemic to Chinatown at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., you wouldn't be able to find a single parking spot. Nowadays, businesses don't even want to open that late. So it's a huge change.
With all the adversity facing this community, what's the plan for Chinatown businesses to thrive again?
We need everybody to be accountable for the Chinatown success. It's just not one group or one family or one restaurant or one business. It's all of us. To have a thriving Chinatown, we need safety, foot traffic. They all coincide. If there is no safety, you don't get people walking in the area. And more people walking around this area becomes more safer.
There's a lot of legacy businesses here. I think you will see many of the restaurants here, the second generation, third generation, the kids are taking over and helping out families, helping out their parents. And I think that's really going to help ensure that Chinatown will be able to last for another hundreds of years.
What I don't want to see is going to see like the likes of the Chinatowns that were so big at one point. Look at Vancouver, British Columbia.
Look at Oregon's Portland
Look at Portland
Chinatown. It's no longer there.
There's
It's just a gate.
I would never want to see to Seattle Chinatown. It would be heartbreaking. This is our neighborhood. You just don't want to see it go.
Do you think that in the next 5 years that Chinatown will be on the come up?
I have hopes that my generation would, invest back in this community and not be so afraid of it.
Many of us in our generation realize what we've got to lose. This is home. This is family. This is community. And we take it personally that this is happening out there. And it makes me so angry. But we got to make sure we turn that anger into action. And this is how we do it, is through the connection of food, is through the connection of community, and through the connection of our families.
So while I don't have a concrete answer on what needs to happen to help everyone involved between the elders, the homeless, and the businesses, one thing was abundantly clear. This community has heart, and there's still a lot of love that remains here. People want to see change and want to be a part of the solution. So as long as Seattle's Chinatown International District has that, they'll thrive once again. And I can't wait to come back to see it. One of the best meals you can eat is late night Cantonese food. Don't ask me why, but eating it any time past midnight, it just hits different. Nothing like some good old fashioned comfort food to eat by myself and unwind after a long day of eating.
A lot of people said Honey Court is the perfect place to end because a lot of people come here late night after a show, after a game, after the club. I feel like that's every city, right? They have their go-to late night Chinese spot, and this just happens to be Seattle's. I'm eating solo, so all this good food to myself. We gotta have a little smorgasbord,
People need to be comfortable eating by themselves, man. It's therapeutic, relaxing. Just you, your thoughts, and some good food. I'm really glad I get to enjoy this by myself.
And the crowd goes wild.
You were here the whole time? You didn't help out with the video at all? Why are we in Seattle, really?
You guys can't tell anybody. I'll keep it a secret.
All right.
I was trying out for the Seattle Storm.
The WNBA team?
What can I say?
Did you make the team or what?
I hear back soon.
All right, so this is what we ordered. Salt and pepper squid, Chinese calamari. Salty, spicy, everything you want in a late night bite.
Oh, that's spicy.
nice. The squid shaped a little different. They bigger pieces though.
And of course, we need some greens in there. So I had to get Old Reliable.
You know what this is?
Down you.
Okay.
Dao Mu, aka stir-fried pea pod stems. Salty, garlicky goodness.
What the
It just choked on the Down you juice.
Dao Mu juice is crazy.
Then we got the Ngao Yok Choi Sam Chow Mein. Beef and vegetable, crispy fried noodles. My favorite dish to get.
The star of the show, as they say. The real McSteamy. This McSteamy wouldn't die in season 14 of Grey's Anatomy. Perfect dish to end the day. The food is on point. Salty, filled with MSG. Great for when you're drunk. That's gonna make me break out.
Gonna make you break out?
This is why this video was so good without you in this video. Right when she gets into the restaurant, all she does is clown me. You see what I have to put up with? This is emotional abuse, man.
But you got great company.
Great company, better food. So why you get to moan when you eat food, but I don't get to moan when I eat food?
Because I'm a girl.
Sexist. Let men moan.
I'm not hungry anymore. Actually, fun fact, I forgot I actually came to this exact restaurant. For the Seattle people out there, you might know Still Liquor.
Still Liquor? I hardly know her.
Anyways, I came out here with my friends after going out to Still Liquor. Forgot that I came here until I walked in the restaurant and I was like, oh my god, this place looks so familiar.
So you came here when you were drunk as hell?
Yeah.
The people in my DMs telling me that this was the spot to come to after hours was correct?
Yeah, like I didn't know where my friends were taking me, but they took us here.
After a long journey of eating good food in Seattle's CID, and of course after a long day of WNBA tryouts, I think Honey Court was a perfect way to end the Seattle Chinatown food video.
This is King Carb.
Randy Rosarena. Chat, rate my fit.
Oh my god.
Seattle, baby.
I couldn't think of a better way to end my Seattle trip. There is no better late night food in Seattle than this. Or is there?
One Seattle dog? Thank you, boss. One of the main things I wanted to do was try a Seattle dog. Hot dog, grilled onions, and cream cheese.
What did he say? Why does that sausage look different than the others?
He said he gave me a special sausage.
What did he say to you?
He gave me a special sausage.
Number one sausage.
I don't know, I guess he liked me. Tried to find out what restaurant serves the best Seattle dogs. People said that the best Seattle dogs are before or after a Mariners or Seahawks game on Occidental, when you're drunk as hell. I don't partake in such treacherous activities. I like cream cheese in my sushi, surprisingly, so in a hot dog, let's try it out. I was skeptical, but the cream cheese and the hot dog kind of made me want to say, bring back the Sonics.
Number one sausage.
I couldn't come to Seattle without getting dicks.
Hey, yo.
Shout out Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, Luke Rittenauer, Kenny Anderson, Ken Griffey Jr.
Bring back the Sonics. F. Hard Schultz, man.
This man teed up DeJounte Murray one time.
Back when he was playing Rainier Beach versus Ingram.
He has any legacy besides this restaurant, as he called a tech on DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte doesn't remember that.